Outdoor dining setups, they line the streets on my commute home, and they've really been a lifeline to restaurants everywhere. But with winter coming, sitting outside uncovered is not ideal for customers. That's why many restaurants are building domes or tents. But is that solution for restaurants just creating a super spreader space for its customers? Here to discuss this is Bloomberg's U.S. healthcare reporter, Emma Court, who has a new article out about this today. Emma, are these dining tables, these tents and bubbles that we're starting to see, are they safe? What's your reporting telling you?
Yeah, it's kind of a crucial question, and I think we've all seen in our travels around our communities, some of these outdoor dining setups don't look quite so outdoor, right? We're seeing them get a lot more closed in as that colder weather approaches and as the nights get cooler. The answer is there's no straightforward answer as to how risky this is, but consumers should be thinking about these outdoor spaces as places that carry significant risks and be thinking about them in terms of a spectrum of risk rather than all outdoor dining is inherently safe, right? The more closed in a space is, the more risks it carries, and the closer you are to other diners in the space, the more likely you are to be exposed to some level of risk. So, people should really be thinking about this in terms of, how much ventilation is in the space, how much airflow does it allow for? Am I in a situation where if someone was smoking a cigarette around me, I would be able to smell the cigarette? In that case, virus particles in the air could be, kind of traveling around the space around you.
Yeah, I think the cigarette analogy that you highlight in your story is a really nice way to think about it, and the way that you can think about ventilation in an area. So what's a restaurant to do? I mean, we're seeing some really damaging numbers come from the restaurant industry, and a large portion of them might have to go out of business by the end of the year if people cannot actually go to these restaurants. What are they supposed to do?
Yeah, there are no easy answers, unfortunately. We have seen some interesting moves by restaurants. Obviously, there's the classic kind of, bringing on heat lamps, things like that to kind of create some more warmth in a space. We've also seen some more kind of creative measures. One industry group I talked to said they've heard of restaurants having a BYOB, bring your own blanket policy, or giving out, those foil blankets that they, that they offer marathon runners. I actually was at a restaurant the other day and they had they were like, ask us about our blanket for $4. They'd give you a blanket for $4. So there are some steps that restaurants can take. Industry groups are pushing for allowing more, indoor dining capacity. There are parts of the country where the indoor dining isn't allowed at all, for instance, in Illinois. So it's a tricky situation, but we do know that dining carries significant risks when it comes to the virus, whether, it's indoors or even outdoors, because people are, obviously their mouths are open, right? They're eating, they're talking, they're laughing. That's how, you can spread the virus.
Emma Court from Bloomberg News. Thanks so much for your time this afternoon. We appreciate it.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.